Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches a todos. We're gonna get ready to start, so thank you all. Welcome, everyone, to the 9th Annual GreenThumb Garden Recognition Award Ceremony. My name is Carlos Martinez, and I am the chief of the GreenThumb program, the program that supports community gardens across all 5 boroughs. Along with our small and mighty team of 50 staff members, we're proud to sustain the largest community gardening program in the country. With more than 560 community gardens and thousands of volunteers, stewards, caring for 100 acres of land. Tonight, we have the pleasure to be joined by New York City Parks Commissioner Tricia Shimamura, and Assistant Commissioner for Strategic Community Engagement, Karina Smith. We're gathered tonight to honor the volunteers and partners that keep New York City growing. During this special celebration, we will hear the stories of those volunteers who have reclaimed and transformed what used to be vacant lots into vibrant and unique green spaces. Across all 5 boroughs, community gardens stand as living proof that when neighbors come together, extraordinary things take root. Community gardens are more than just green patches. They are our shared backyards where we gather, outdoor classrooms where we cultivate the next generation of gardeners, hubs where neighbors finally learn each other's names, and much more. Most of all, they grow community. And as community gardeners, you know this, your work goes beyond the harvest. By caring for these spaces, you are fighting food insecurity, improving our city's air and soil quality, building the social ties that make our neighborhoods truly feel like home, and so much more. As we begin this evening's ceremony, let us celebrate the legacy and life contributions of those dedicated volunteers who are no longer with us, but left a long-lasting GreenThumb print on their community gardens.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun.
We we are also observing the 100th anniversary of Black History Month. For generations, Black communities have used gardens as spaces of freedom, independence, and nourishment. From the hidden productive gardens of slave people to the urban gardens thriving in our cities today. And there is no better place than the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture to have this ceremony. Thank you for making this possible. Congratulations to all the honorees tonight. Whether you are a Rookie of the Year or receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award, please note that your countless hours of service play a vital role in making our neighborhoods healthier, safer, and stronger. On behalf of GreenThumb and all New Yorkers who enjoy the fruits of your labor, thank you so much. Now, please join me giving a warm welcome to Assistant Commissioner and the voice of Amazing Grace, Karina Smith.
Good evening. Y'all didn't know I had secret talents, did you? Oh my goodness, right? Good evening. And Carlos, thank you so, where are you? There you are. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. I really appreciate it. GreenThumb team, thank you so much for all that you do, standing up 550 gardens and counting, right, is no small feat. So thank you so much. And to you, our gardeners, especially those being honored tonight, congratulations. You are the stewards, the visionaries, the peacemakers, the compost scientists, the referees, as I told someone earlier, right? The negotiators of very passionate tomato placement debates. Community gardening requires patience, diplomacy, and at least one person who knows exactly where the good soil is, right? One of the best debates I've ever heard in a garden, true story, in my life, actually not even a garden, just in my life, period, was not presidential, it was not gubernatorial, it was not mayoral. It was two gardeners arguing over who keeps moving the rake and why no one is owning up to it, right? They kind of pivoted into like, whose turn was it to water? And, oh, I thought somebody else did it. That's not a strategy to watering. And it was another part that's escaping me. Whether tomatoes get to hog all the sunlight in the garden. Other people should have sunny patches too. It's not fair, right? Amazing. But it's serious business, right? And somehow, in that course of that lovingly intense discourse, we'll call it, you still come together and you make magic. Absolutely. And to kind of piggyback what Carlos says, it's very powerful to be here during Black History Month inside of the Schomburg. Schomburg preserves and honors Black history and culture and education, and in many ways, our community gardens do something similar. They preserve traditions of growing and sharing and caring for land, traditions deeply rooted in the agricultural knowledge of Black and brown communities and resilience. I see many of you with the shirts on that we had from Grow Together that speak about that. Sorry, somebody is ringing my doorbell. Forgot to turn my phone off. Hold on, give me a second. Rule number 1, I broke it. Give me 1 second. Lord, have mercy. And it's probably my son forgetting his keys, but it's another thing. But the long history of cultivating community, even in the face of disinvestment is inherent to what GreenThumb is and what GreenThumb does, right? You gardeners are doing all of that. And in neighborhoods like Harlem, this is the neighborhood that raised me. I am from Harlem, born and raised, and still live here. And but not just in Harlem, but all across the city, gardens have never just been about flowers or food. They've been about self-determination, about reclaiming space, about elders passing down wisdom, about children learning that something beautiful can grow from a small patch of earth that you put your hands in, that you raise from a seed and you watch grow. GreenThumb is one of the 5 divisions that I proudly oversee within my portfolio at the Parks Department, and I say this everywhere I go. This program is so special. It represents some of the very best of grassroots leadership inside of our park system. You are not waiting for change, you are planting it, right? It is your legacy, and that legacy, that dedication today benefits all of who come behind. So your ancestors thank you. We thank you. Your children thank you. Your children's children's children thank you. It's my great pleasure tonight to have the honor of introducing our new Parks Commissioner, Tricia Shimamura. I think she's met everybody in this room some kind of way tonight. I don't know how she did it. Commissioner Shimamura has stepped up into the role just 4 weeks ago, I think, right? 3 weeks ago, after serving as Manhattan Borough Commissioner at Parks. So she knows a lot of you here already, and some of you being recognized tonight. But if I could just say a little bit about her, long before leading borough operations and her storied career in politics and serving in several roles, she was a social worker. And let me tell you why that matters. At its core, this work, this community, in community, guiding, helping, growing, that work, parks, gardens, public space, is about people. It's about listening. It's about lifting communities. It's about creating spaces where everyone feels like they belong and everyone is a part of. And Commissioner Shimamura brings that spirit of care, empathy, and engagement to this role every single day. She is a true champion for this agency and for the communities we serve. And so we're so, so glad that she's with us, and we're so glad that you're here with us today. Thank you. And with that, my friends, please join me in welcoming the Commissioner of New York City Parks, Tricia Shimamura.
It doesn't take long to know. It takes less than 3 weeks to know that you don't speak after Karina Smith. Darn it, every time. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for not only spending the evening with us and dedicating your Friday night to us, but of course, thank you for the many long days, weeks, hours, years, decades, seasons of your life that you've dedicated to making our city just a little bit more beautiful and a little bit more special and more magical, as the theme's been. I want to say a huge, huge thank you to Karina Smith, to Carlos, and to every single one of our GreenThumb members who help provide support. So can you give me a round of applause for those guys first? And I want to tell you that it is a tremendous honor and privilege to be standing here and to be able to work with you. I heard this once, and it's always stayed with me. It's an honor and a privilege to work alongside you. It's an honor and a privilege to receive your complaints for better soil, for more land, for more staff. And it's an honor and a privilege to be in the dirt with you and to help grow something beautiful. I was thinking a lot about tonight, getting to hear so many of your stories about what drew you to the space and why in the world you would look at a place as hard and cold as New York City streets and empty lots and think that that was a place to grow something. And I was thinking about my grandfather on my Japanese side. My grandfather was a farmer, and he was a young boy when his family was uprooted and interned in one of many internment camps across the country. His was in Heart Mountain, Wyoming, and after he came out, he was still a gardener. He was a Japanese man, and for that in our family meant he was very proud. He never wanted to talk about his time in internment. But when they relocated to California, he grew a garden in his backyard. And in particular, he had a lemon tree in this little house on this broken street in a bad part of Los Angeles. And that's where I grew up. They watched me. I saw him, my grandfather, take this very broken land, just so dry, so dark, so unfarmable. And he would grow persimmons and lemons. He would make something grow out of what just seemed to be concrete. I told a few of you this story because I got to share it, but I'll tell you that the year that he died, which was during the pandemic, I broke in just slightly, and I climbed a fence and stole as many lemons as I possibly could, and brought him back to New York. Again, I think that's breaking a law, but it's fine. And ultimately, thanks in large part to my husband and who's got a very good green thumb, we now have 4 little plants that have been growing in our windowsill, 4 little lemon trees, and outside of my children and my husband, those are the most important things to me. And I, thank you. And I was thinking so much about those little plants and listening to these stories that you told me, and so many of you across Bushwick and Jamaica, Queens, and Elmhurst, and the Bronx, and Harlem, and East Village, all of you who I spoke to tonight. I think every single one of you said that you just felt drawn to this space, that something about this felt like you could grow something here, that there was something pulling at you. And I don't know, something in combination with that, and thinking about my grandfather who could make something grow out of nothing, and thinking about Karina and feeling like I was in church listening to her sing and talking to all of you, it's hard to imagine that that's not magic, that's not something bigger than us. And I think at this time when things feel very broken and things feel very unfixable, and they feel very detrimental on a generational scale. It's things like this, it's people like you, it's little tiny things of hope and remembrance and resilience, as those beautiful shirts read, that are really what's gonna drive us and really gonna get us out of this. So it is an honor, again, to be here. And I think that before I conclude, I'm also honored to offer a land acknowledgement on behalf of New York City Parks. I am in good company to do so among so many diverse and thoughtful land stewards from across our city. Land acknowledgements are a step towards restoring relationships in many directions and serve to remind us of indigenous histories and stories that can otherwise be left out of common discourse. We are here in New York City, or Lenape-Hoking, are on the ancestral homeland of the Lenape and Algonquin peoples who care for and were the first stewards of the land that is now New York City. New York City Parks also acknowledges that our city and our country was founded upon the violent exclusions and erasures of many indigenous peoples. Today, New York City is home to one of the largest populations in the United States of indigenous peoples, hailing from multiple homelands and a diversity of tribal nations. This movement of indigenous peoples to New York City is also connected to the dispossession of indigenous peoples, which forced many to move for economic opportunity. Reflecting on our agency's core values and as current stewards of over 30,000 acres of land across the city, New York City Parks is working toward building relationships with Indigenous communities through knowledge and sharing and stewardship. Thank you. This work and this land acknowledgement are only a starting point to dismantling the negative ongoing legacies of settler colonialism and uplifting Native voices in our work. To conclude tonight, I just want to say again how incredibly grateful I am on a very personal level as a New Yorker, but also in representing New York City Parks and representing this administration. I want to say thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart to all of you. Thank you for showing up every day and every season. Even when it's not planting season, I know you all are planning. I know that you're thinking about the soil, thinking about ways to continue to invest in your communities. And I very much commit myself and the resources that we have at Parks to be alongside you in that. And I'm looking forward to a very productive season ahead of us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anthony Ryder. I'm the Assistant Director of Programs at GreenThumb, and I'm excited to be here to present our first award, the Community Garden Partner Award, to the Audubon Mural Project, a public art initiative of the National Audubon Society and Gittler and Gallery. A few years ago, my team and I were brainstorming how to restart GreenThumb's long-standing public arts programming when we stumbled upon the Audubon Mural Project, which has been collaboratively creating murals throughout Upper Manhattan since 2014 and happened to be installing one in one of our gardens. We reached out to them to see if they were interested in continuing to create murals on sheds and Green Thumb gardens, and after a year of planning and a full growing season of installations, one that is very close to finishing up. The snow stopped her. We now have 21 murals in 21 community gardens. Painted by 19 artists across New York City, depicting 24 climate-threatened birds and more than 30 native plants that birds depend on for food and shelter. This partnership between National Audubon Society, Gittler and Gallery, the New York City Parks Art in the Parks program, and Green Thumb brought community gardeners, artists, and neighbors together to raise awareness of the birds vulnerable to extinction from climate change and the habitats they rely on, Green Thumb Gardens being one of those habitats. Throughout this partnership, the Audubon Mural Project staff have shown such a commitment to making sure everyone felt included and comfortable, troubleshooting communication issues, material issues, being flexible with artists and community gardeners. The season of murals was so indicative of a partner, so I'm so honored to present the Community Garden Partner Award to the Audubon Mural Project.
This is such an honor, so we really are deeply grateful to New York City Parks for receiving this award. This collaboration has meant so much to the Audubon Mural Project. We have been partnering with artists since 2014 to paint murals of birds that are vulnerable to extinction from climate change throughout New York City, starting here actually in Harlem and in Washington Heights. But the Green Thumb partnership over the past year has been particularly special for many reasons. Right now, millions of birds are getting ready to travel through New York City for spring migration. And to them, community gardens are like little oases that are offering them food and rest. We were thrilled to be able to bring the murals off of the sidewalks and into community gardens, to be able to really call attention to the vital role that these spaces play for birds and for people. New York City Parks has been a dream partner This project was incredibly complex, but the teams at GreenThumb and at Art in the Parks really brought such a collaborative and joyful spirit to the process. And thanks to them, we were really able to stay focused on the big picture, which is the role of public art in connecting and uplifting communities. And lastly, these beautiful artworks would not have been possible without the participation of the artists and garden members in this project. And we are so grateful for your time and dedication. So thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yumi Rodriguez, and I've been working at the nexus of arts, community, culture, and environmental stewardship. It's an absolute honor to speak on behalf of Gittler and Gallery, and Avi Gittler, who's right here, as well as Audubon. It's with extreme gratitude that I want to say that without the spaces or community, none of this would be possible. And it's just an absolute privilege to hear your stories and what you guys are doing and really allow this partnership to blossom, quite literally. You guys are the heart of this project, and without you, we would not have environmental stewardship at all. It is incredibly meaningful and timely, especially with what's happening today, and I just want to echo our partners. This space, the Center for Research for Black Culture and Indigenous people and people of culture is especially timely. And it's so important to just preserve these spaces, because without them, there would be no hope. So thank you all so very much for everything you're doing. I really, really very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Wow, what great speeches so far. I wasn't going to speak, but I saw something today. I had to come from Philadelphia, and a couple hours ago, I stopped at the Vince Lombardi service station to use the restroom. And when I walked in, there was a big decal with a line from this famous 20th century football coach, about whom I really know nothing. And it said something to the effect that it is the individual commitment, real commitment to teamwork and team efforts that makes things happen. So I really just want to acknowledge all the community gardeners. I'm incredibly proud of the work that we did, but I really want to acknowledge all the gardeners that individually give their time to make these community gardens as beautiful as we know they are. So I just want to thank GreenThumb and my partners and acknowledge the gardeners, and thank you so much for this great honor.
Greetings. Is that loud enough? It is. Okay, great. A little taller than it. I'm going to do one of these. I don't normally stand like this, but greetings, everyone. Hi, thanks for the waves. My name is Hannah Wargo. And I've been with GreenThumb for almost 4 years now, 3 of which have been as a community engagement coordinator. I've had the honor of working with well over 75 different garden groups during my time, but tonight I have the unique privilege of focusing on just one very special gardener that has made a lasting impact. The Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes an individual community gardener who has contributed significantly to furthering GreenThumb's mission and has been involved in community gardening in New York for at least 25 years. This year's winner is none other than the Claire Merlino. Claire, yes, give her flowers. I'm gonna speak a little more about her. Yes, okay. Claire has been gardening in New York City for over 35 years and helped transform multiple abandoned lots into 3 thriving community gardens in the Columbia Waterfront District: the Amazing Garden, the Summit Street Garden, and the Backyard Garden. When these lots were at risk for development, Claire was the persistent and vocal advocate in making sure they were protected and stand as gardens today. As one of her nominees put it, Claire is the fairy godmother of the neighborhood gardens. She has an almost encyclopedic knowledge of plants and is notoriously generous with her time and expertise. She doesn't guard her treasure chest of knowledge or reserve it only for her gardens or her friends. She truly embraces the idea of community over competition and leads with kindness, compassion, and curiosity. Claire was one of the first gardeners I met as a CEC, and one of the first to routinely check in on me and my well-being, share photo updates of things growing in the space, invite me to the garden to come and chat. She helped me become familiar with the neighborhood and its history, and even attended other local garden group meetings with me to learn more about how other groups operate. To quote another one of her nominees, because there were many, I'll make that clear, many nominations over many years, one said, "Every garden/neighborhood should be so lucky as to have someone like Claire Merlino." A friend shared a morsel of Claire's wisdom, which I'd like to share with everyone now in the spirit of her generosity, which is, you can't plant something without having hope. So, Claire, thank you for having hope and holding on to it when it was needed most. The Columbia Waterfront District would not be what it is today without you and your extraordinary dedication to creating thriving green spaces powered by people. Please join me in congratulating this year's winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award, Claire Merlino.
A quick thank you, because everyone is thanking everybody tonight, as everybody should be thanked. There have been so many. I was thinking of saying some things about some of the many people and entities and nonprofits and greening groups who have supported not just the gardens in our neighborhood, but the gardens all across New York City. And we'd be here all night. So many entities that we don't even know have supported us in the past, will continue to support us. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people and families and entities and schools over the years that have brought the community gardening movement to where it is today. So we are building on the shoulders of many people before us, many people to come. And a few people recently have been asking me what a garden means to me. And in 30 some odd years of gardening in community, it's meant many, many, many different things. I think one of my current conclusions is that the gardens mean paradise. They really mean paradise on earth. They are oases of hope. They're oases of in this moment, sanity, thank goodness. Oases of creativity and spirituality, and so much more that all of those people bring to our whole city to make it the beautiful city that it is, where I'm not ashamed to talk about diversity, inclusion. Let us celebrate that and continue to do that as we go forward. So thank you to everyone and everyone who's been behind all these gardens for all these years, for all your support. Thanks a lot. Peace out. I can go off this way.
I think so, unless you want to get a picture of the group. Are we doing them on stage?
Hi, everyone. I am back to present our next award, which is the Environmental Innovation Award. This award recognizes a community garden group leading environmental stewardship efforts in the care of their garden, or by the use of innovative ideas that improve and care for the environment. Down to Earth Garden is a small corner garden on East 12th and Avenue B, but a powerhouse educator on bokashi composting, an innovative way to turn waste into soil. Down to Earth has worked on educating community members throughout their neighborhood and across the 5 boroughs. For this reason, I'm very excited to present the Environmental Innovation Award to Down to Earth Garden.
I wasn't expecting to speak at all. So I'm going to wing it here. Well, thank you for this recognition. Actually, as Dan said earlier, we were just doing what we usually do. We collect food waste. We've converted a lot in our, not just our garden, but nearby gardens. Not just at Down to Earth Garden, but El Sobriante, our main garden. That has helped us. Diverting a lot of food waste, converting it, reviving and enriching the soil, giving it to people who want it, to other community gardens, even an urban rooftop garden. We were just doing what we normally do. We've been doing it for many years, and this recognition, I guess, is welcome. Thank you.
All right, I'm presenting another award. I'm here to present the Going the Extra Mile Award. This award recognizes individual community garden members and garden groups across the city who implemented innovative ways to go above and beyond with their commitment to carrying out impactful community-driven efforts throughout the year. Dottie Brown is a hardworking, longtime gardener at Joel Holska Community Garden in Staten Island, and under her leadership, the garden has thrived. In 2024, the garden received a new patio and path, courtesy of a GreenThumb partnership with the organization Project Evergreen, and Dottie was an active leader in that endeavor. She works with local youth in Staten Island on various improvement projects and allows for the youth to take ownership of their work. Because of this, I'm excited to present the Going the Extra Mile Award to Dottie Brown.
I'm with the Joe Hole School Garden here on Staten Island. This garden's been in effect for like over 35 years. Joe Hole School was a fireman who was in the firehouse across the street, and he decided to make this into a garden. So I have taken over the garden for the past 8 years, and we've had a lot of work done in the garden. We've had Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, agriculture, GreenThumb, Snow Harbor come in to help us with all the projects. Today we were supposed to have open garden, so I made some mint tea. We have lots of giveaways. Vanessa and Anthony are here, but it is a large garden. As they said, they put the pathway through and the patio, which we absolutely enjoy. The community enjoys it, and we all enjoy it. Bring lunch, sit back there. We have our apple tree, which are delicious apples. We eat them all the time. We just had a plum tree put in, so we're looking forward to having the plum trees. And we have wineberries, and we have raspberries here. So it's an abundance garden, which we absolutely love, and the community loves too.
All right, I'm just going to make sure the mic's working. Great. I used to be the engagement coordinator for 7 years for gardens in Staten Island and Lower Manhattan, and I can say Dottie is the reason that garden is still open and functioning and moving forward, and I'm really happy that we're giving her this award tonight. So thank you, guys.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Valerie Zarilla. I'm back to present a Going the Extra Mile Award to McIntosh Neighborhood Community Garden, which is located in East Elmhurst, sitting at the tip of the street, where it's a unique triangle shape makes it a gem in the neighborhood. Miss Etta Smothers, a co-founder of this garden since 1978, poured nearly 5 decades of love, labor, and dedication into this space. Her presence shaped not just the garden, but the community around it. And Ashley Cruz saw that, she felt that, and made a commitment to carry Miss Etta Smothers' legacy forward. During one of the most challenging times in the garden's history, a leadership transition, discovery of contaminated soil, and the heartbreak of losing Miss Etta, Ashley didn't step back, she stepped up. She worked with other gardeners, reached out to local community partners, connected with council members through Brooklyn Queens Land Trust, and organized multiple volunteer days to keep the community engaged and moving forward. She built bridges with Cornell Cooperative Extension, The Mission Continues, and showed up to BQLT meetings to make sure that this garden always had a seat at the table. And when the garden learned its soil was contaminated, Ashley didn't flinch. She spearheaded the replacement of garden beds, secured new soil and mulch through GreenThumb, rebuilt the beds, and created safer pathways, because she refused to let this garden be anything less than what the community deserved. She echoes the desire of the community, creating a thriving space for everyone. For all these reasons, I am proud to present this Going the Extra Mile Award to McIntosh Neighborhood Community Garden. Yeah, we're bringing everybody out. Mm-hmm. to say something? Yeah, shout out the
All right, good evening, everyone. This is such an honor, and I really just want to shout out to our co-founder, Ms. Ada Smothers, who's here, and she and a lot of other elders and important people with Brooklyn Queens Land Trust are really the people that I look to, and some of them are still with us, and some of them have moved south to North Carolina or South Carolina. But we really keep them in our hearts. A lot of you know Demetrius and Dorothy Mills, Brothel Dean, Carl Green, Miss Ada Smothers, and Mr. Banks. So we really feel like it's important for us to carry on their legacy, their hard work, their dedication from 1978 when Green Thumb was established. I didn't realize they got on board as soon as Green Thumb was there. So thank you so much, and we really do appreciate Green Thumb. I couldn't do what I'm doing without these folks, so give them a round of applause too. Thanks.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia Guerra, Senior Community Engagement Coordinator, supporting gardens in East and West Harlem and South Bronx. And I'm here to present the Going the Extra Mile Award, which is awarded to an individual who implemented innovative ways to go above and beyond with their commitment to carry out impactful community-driven efforts throughout the year. This year's award goes to Kim Yim. President and longtime gardener of Pleasant Village Community Garden. Kim is the definition of going the extra mile. Some of you may remember that in 2024, Green Thumb's annual Grow Together conference, unlike other years, was decentralized, with multiple events happening throughout the city. By the way, don't forget to register for this year's conference. Anyways, I was racking my brain trying to figure out what we could do in Upper Manhattan until I approached Kim about doing something at Pleasant Village Community Garden. And that was the best move on my part because Kim was instrumental in helping organize the programming for that event, including inviting Farm School to talk about high tunnels, a group from New York Presbyterian Hospital to do a healthy eating cooking demonstration, and co-facilitating a stone dust diamond grid pathway installation demonstration. She was able to reach out to all these community partners because she is constantly making connections that bring more resources to Pleasant Village and going above and beyond with garden projects, like, for example, helping lead the installation of the garden's extensive stone dust diamond grid pathways and procuring the garden's current high tunnels. This memory is emblematic of my experience with Kim. I am often learning about new things happening at the garden that Kim is helping organize. Mushrooms are being grown, trees are being espaliered, new composting systems acquired, a pollinator garden created with the support from the Surshi Society. I have come to trust that when Kim tells me that the garden plans on doing something, it will happen. It is clear that on top of everything, Kim has also fostered meaningful relationships with the other garden members and the surrounding community. Without fail, when I visit the garden, other garden members and neighbors will talk about all that Kim does to me. I have a time limit, so I'll stop now. But I'll end by saying, thank you, Kim. Pleasant Village is an amazing and beautiful garden, and so much of that is thanks to you. I was so close to being done, but without further ado, yeah, please come up and to receive your award. Thank you.
So I invited the whole group to come up because obviously, like, things don't happen by yourself, and everything that I've done to contribute to the garden has been because of the people that I work with. I'm very fortunate because every time I've asked them to help, for whatever reason, each and every one of the ones standing behind me right now have showed up when I've needed it. And so with that, I would also like to thank GreenThumb because, like as Cynthia says, I've done a couple of projects here and there. And with that, I've been able to work with almost every GreenThumb employee. And so through that process, I've learned a lot, and I just really appreciate all the support and just effort that they've put behind me and believing in that I will get things taken care of and done. So, yeah. The garden, hopefully you guys can come by one day and visit, but right now I'm also, my extra mile, I've been working on Randall's Island currently, and I'm here with a couple of Randall's Island employees, and yeah. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ejindo Obasi. I'm a community engagement coordinator in Upper Manhattan and South Bronx. And I have the great privilege of giving Going the Extra Mile award to Ermelando Camaño Castillo. And I want to give credit where credit is due and make sure I honor him in the proper way and actually give his tribute in Spanish, and then I'll give an abbreviated version in English. Es un privilegio para mí honrar un verdadero héroe en todos los sentidos de la palabra. Me di cuenta de él y su familia mientras miembros del Jardín de la Familia en el barrio Morrisania del Bronx. El grupo de jardinería me llevó a ver la impresionante nueva incorporación al jardín y me fascinó cuando inesperadamente me mostraron 22 nuevos balcones metálicos brillantes, elevados en los que él fue influyente en la construcción. Después de formar parte de este grupo, que ganó un premio por su impacto comunitario en 2024, Ermelando se puso en contacto conmigo a principios de la primavera, que quiere un reto para desempeñar un papel activo en un jardín más cercano a casa. Concrete Dreams Garden estaba en un momento de transición y buscaba ganar impulso ganando aportaciones y apoyo de la comunidad circundante. Necesitando un miembro constante que pudiera donar su tiempo, Ermelando y su familia se esforzaron por transformar el jardín en un oasis apreciado por toda la comunidad. El pasado noviembre, tuve la oportunidad de asistir en una celebración del Día de Muertos, facilitado en gran parte por la familia de Ermelando y el miembro fundador Bruce Rivera. La celebración fue contagioso y despertó la participación y la interacción de toda la comunidad. Lo más emocionante de ver desarrollarse en tiempo real fue el aumento instantáneo de la membresía una vez que se produjo la transformación radical. Ermelando y su esposa Balbina se ponían en contacto conmigo totalmente entusiasmados por los nuevos miembros que pasaban. A pesar de las diferencias percibidas en la apariencia física en los idiomas nativos de los nuevos miembros, El lenguaje universal de amor se reflejaba claramente en los rostros de todos los miembros que se sentían atraídos por el santuario de la madre naturaleza en medio de su vecindario. Lo que resulta aún más impresionante es el papel transformador que Ermelando y su familia han desempeñado simultáneamente en numerosos jardines. Mientras eran miembros activos en la transformación de Concrete Dreams, la familia Ermelando también estaba transformando en solitario otros 2 jardines que necesitaban urgentemente atención. Eran Latinos Unidos y Schaumburg Arts Garden. Ambos sitios han sido resucitados y están en camino de convertirse en joyas de la comunidad gracias a la visión y el duro trabajo de la familia de Ermelando Camaño. And so let me give you the abbreviated version in English. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have words to express the gratitude I have for Ermelando. We have what we call flat tire gardens, and these are gardens that, it's very hard for us to get traction. The community, is very busy with other things, and it just doesn't seem like we're able to attract the support necessary to sustain gardens. And without fail, over these past 3 seasons, Ermelando's come to me and said, give me a challenge. So there's a couple that were just beyond challenges. For the 8th season that I've been working, I hadn't been able to get, any traction. And within 2 weeks of him coming in the garden's just totally transformed. And the most incredible thing is that, a lot of people look at, a lot of communities as, with the broken glass syndrome where, there's no hope because X, Y, and Z. But after the transformation, it's beautiful to see how many good people and how much good energy you have in every community in New York City. So I'm just very, very happy for the example that Ermelando and his family has shown that, how we're all good people. We're all, here wanting better for ourselves and our communities. And I also wanted to mention that, what I learned in Concrete Dreams is that there are no barriers when it comes to language, when it comes to race, when it comes to culture. After the transformation in Concrete Dreams, everybody from the community was reflected in the garden membership, many of which are here today. So thank you so much, Ermelando. And I'd like to welcome you to come up to receive this award. Everybody. I'd like to invite everybody that came to support. He has his whole family here. His sons are here. They're kind of shy, so. Por favor, todos ustedes, miembros del jardín.
Pues la verdad, estoy bien nervioso, no he estado algo así, es la primera vez, pues no tengo palabras para agradecer estos señores, esa oportunidad que nos dan para trabajar los jardines, pues yo me siento a gusto con ellos trabajando jardines, cambiando jardines, porque la verdad sí hay muchos jardines que se necesita arreglo y eso es lo que hacemos. En poco tiempo nosotros arreglamos los jardines, mi esposa y el equipo que tenemos. Ellos, gracias a ellos y gracias a GreenThumb, que nos dan esa oportunidad para trabajar los jardines. Y estoy bien agradecido con ellos, no tengo palabra para agradecer. Estoy nervioso, la verdad. Gracias. Gracias por eso. Gracias por esa oportunidad.
Hey, everybody. Let's just give another round of applause to my colleague Ajendu. Spanish is not his first language, and he killed that. So thank you. That was awesome. I just want to take a moment to reintroduce myself. My name is Yumi Rodriguez, and I'm the new Community Engagement Coordinator for Council District 35, and I'm looking forward to meeting most of you. I'm happy to present the Going the Extra Mile Award for Brooklyn to Walt El Shamel Community Garden, located in Crown Heights. This award recognizes the many ways the gardeners at Walt El Shamel go above and beyond, from the impact of their inclusive community events and mutual aid efforts to their edible and decorative gardens, compost initiative, and legendary chicken care efforts. Their 2025 events brought neighbors together and supported the diverse community around the garden, including a focus on intergenerational relationships and uplifting the garden's Black and brown LGBTQA+ neighbors. The garden also provides a valuable space for community members and volunteers to see the relationship between themselves and the more than human world and urban environment. The gardeners have worked hard to provide a warm and welcoming space full of care and generosity, making Walt El Shamel Community Garden a model for how community gardens can support and create change and connection for humans, animals, and plants alike. For all these reasons and more, we are excited to recognize Walt El Shamel Community Garden with the Going the Extra Mile Award. Come up here.
Oh, y'all messed up giving me the mic. Nah, I'm playing. I'm really, truly so humbled to be receiving this award with, Rodney and Pauline. Greg is out there. Greg, wherever you are, stand up. We couldn't be doing any of this without you. Greg Anderson is a titan in community gardening in this city. And I really just we owe so much to not only his leadership, but the leadership of the other elders who have been working and stewarding this land in Crown Heights for about 40 years, 42 years. And, I feel a little choked up. I feel like so humbled to be, in that lineage and working, just being in community with y'all. And we couldn't really do any of these events without some of the community members that we've done this with. The Crown Heights Tenants Union, the Crown Heights Care Collective, G Rebels, Flatbush Mixtape, the Park Slope Food Co-op, Scenic, GreenThumb, obviously, the list goes on. Centauros, and we just really, we owe so much to the community and the people in Crown Heights who have helped us along the way, helped us come receive this award, and I'm really just so happy and so thankful for everyone. Yeah, just thank you, for real.
Hola a todos, espero que no estén cansados de mí. Es Yumi otra vez. Mi amiga Lilian Reyes no pudo estar aquí hoy, entonces estoy hablando por ella. Hey everyone, it's Yumi again. I hope you're not tired of me. I'm speaking on behalf of my friend Lilian Reyes, who could not be here with us today. She writes, which I will speak in Spanish first, and then I'll translate in English. Hola, soy Lilian Reyes, coordinadora de participación comunitaria de los jardines de Queens y el Bronx. Me complace presentar el premio a la agricultura urbana. Este premio reconoce a un jardín comunitario que cultiva y distribuye alimentos en su comunidad y sus alrededores para fomentar una alimentación saludable y apoyar a los necesitados. La primera vez que visité Cook Community Garden, me dieron la bienvenida al jardín y me dieron un recorrido por el espacio. De las 20 camas, 5 están dedicadas a la comunidad, a la que se le permite cosechar en ellas. En las camas encontrará una variedad de productos, como culantro y ají dulce. Cook Community Farm ha creado un ambiente acogedor que continúa con el trabajo que realizan distribuyendo alimentos a quienes lo desean. Por eso me complace dar el premio a la agricultura urbana a Cook Community Farm. Lillian writes, hello, I'm Lillian Reyes, the Senior Community Engagement Coordinator for Gardens in Queens and the Bronx. I'm happy to present the award for urban agriculture. This award recognizes a community garden that is growing and distributing food in or around their community to encourage healthy eating and support those in need. The first time I visited Cook Community Farm, I was welcomed into the garden and given a tour of the space. Of the 20 or so beds, they have 5 that are dedicated to the community that is allowed to harvest from these beds. In the beds, you'll find a variety of produce, including culantro and sweet garlic. Cook Community Farm has created a welcoming environment that continues with the work they do, distributing food to those who want it. Because of this, I'm happy to present the Urban Agriculture Award to Cook Community Farm. Thank you. Cook Community Farm. Vengan ustedes.
Thank you. Oh, you make me thank you for all your love.
es José Hernández de la Jardines de Cookie Park. Le doy las gracias a Lilian y a la comunidad de Cookie Park por la oportunidad que nos daba de trabajar en los jardines comunitarios, ¿verdad? Y para mí pues es un placer trabajar porque pues, nos traemos la cultura, ¿va? de nuestra tierra aquí a sembrar al jardín de Estados Unidos. Pues. No soy... estoy un poco nervioso, no es la primera vez que hablo aquí, ¿va? Pero gracias a todos, ¿va? Y a la comunidad, ¿va? Porque que nos apoya, ¿va? Al equipo de trabajo que tengo, que sin él, pues, no estaría el jardín como está. Gracias.
All right, hi again, Cynthia Guerra, Senior Community Engagement Coordinator, supporting East and West Harlem and South Bronx. And I'm back to present the Garden and Landscape Design Award, which recognizes a garden that has made a significant contribution through an outstanding project or landscape design, including a special horticultural feature, space redesign, or creative use of native plants. This year's award goes to the Julia Gabriel People's Garden. I only started working with this garden about a year ago, but I could immediately tell that it is a special place. The garden's in Morningside Heights, on the corner of West 111th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. The Cathedral of St. John the Divine is in front of the garden, and the Hungarian pastry shop and its perpetual line of clients is just across the street to the south of the garden. With neighbors like that, it would have been easy for the garden to be upstaged, but that is not the case. The members of Julia Gabriel People's Garden stepped up to the challenge and created a beautiful ornamental garden. Native plants, vibrant flowers, lush green vegetation, and well-maintained paths, all expertly arranged, greet you as you enter on Amsterdam Avenue. If you're not too distracted by the lovely landscape and make it to the back of the garden, you are treated to an extensive seating area shaded by large trees and a cozy gazebo that functions as a little library. Every time I visit the garden, there are people sitting in this space, reading on their laptops, eating, or conversing with each other. And you must know that this beauty is hard-earned by the gardeners. The Julia Gabriel People's Garden only has gates that are about 3 feet wide, which means all their book deliveries from GreenThumb have to be sidewalk drops. Yep, all that mulch, all that soil, they have to bring it in. But the garden members are not to be deterred. They maintain a beautiful space, 3-foot gates notwithstanding. For all these reasons and more, I'm excited to present the Garden and Landscape Design Award to the Julia Gabriel People's Garden.
Hi, good evening. My name is Marcial Lara. Thank you, New York City Park GreenThumb, for this incredible honor. We are truly humbled to receive this recognition award. This means a great deal to us, because on January 24, one of our leaders who started the garden passed away, George Gabriel. We feel sad that he's not here to join us to receive this award. He's the husband of our dearly member who died while working in the garden 12 years ago, Julia Gabriel, who dedicated the name in the garden to her. We work hard at the garden. Our volunteers deserve all the credit and are responsible for this recognition. Judy Esther, Catherine Scallon, my wife Maritza Lara, and Yolanda Marisol Soto. This award is a reminder to keep pushing forward. Thank you again.
All right, hi everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Gregory Anderson. Thank you. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator for Council District 36 and 40, Bedford-Stuyvesant, parts of Crown Heights, and a little bit of Flatbush, I believe. So that's who I am. I am, as far as Myrtle Village Green, I was their engagement coordinator until we hired some more engagement coordinators, right? So I would want to co-present this award with Myrtle Village Green's new community engagement coordinator.
Hello, everybody. My name is Angel Tobar. I've been here less than 40 days, but I am no stranger to community engagement. I have had the opportunity to collaboratively work with communities throughout the 5 boroughs in New York. And one thing that I can say that is consistent regardless of what organization I'm with is that the people consistently are the ones that show up and make the space as beautiful as community engagement. They do all the work, and I'm glad to be able to be on this team to support all of you beautiful people.
So we're here today to present the Community Engagement Award to Myrtle Village Green. This award recognizes community garden groups that has gone above and beyond to foster a deeper sense of community through partnerships, free programming, events for all ages, and many other creative uses of the community garden.
The garden receiving this award today has demonstrated their ability to meet this standard by developing programs to meet their specific community needs. They have provided a home for over 100 of their community members and families. Welcome community composting and a community leaf collection. They even participated in New York City's Parks Mulch Fest, all while providing over 15 public events throughout the 2025 season. We are pleased to present the Community Engagement Award to Myrtle Village Green.
Let's do it together if you don't mind. I appreciate that.
We are truly honored for this recognition of our community engagement. From the start, Myrtle Village Green has been about neighborhood solidarity for accessible public green space. More than a garden, we have strived to serve as a community, as a public gathering space and community hub for cultural and social events, the arts, education, civic engagement. We say everyone is welcome. For over a decade, we've tried to make it as easy as possible for neighbors to walk through the gate, become members, and swiftly connect to a diversity of community projects from communal gardening groups, composting, kids programming, public events, organizing, food and security relief, creative arts. We see our work as facilitating opportunities to share labor, to mentor, and to learn from and connect with one another. It is so validating to have this work recognized here tonight. Thank you so much. Yep. Beautiful things happen when a community comes together. I'm so proud of my fellow gardeners and all their hard work. We also couldn't do this work without the support and partnership of our city council member, Honorable Lincoln Ressler, who has had our back from the very start, GreenThumb's chief, Carlos Martinez, who believed in us and has been an invaluable advocate for accessible public green space, Greg Anderson, you're the GOAT, Angel Tabar, all the GreenThumb staff, our many incredible public community partners, Brooklyn Grange, Pride Institute, Park Slope Food Co-op, Myrtle Avenue Bid, Botanical Brothers, Grow NYC. We love all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hello once again. I have the distinct privilege of presenting the Rookie of the Year Award to Rays of Sunshine Community Garden. Over the past 10 years I've been with GreenThumb, there have been a number of individuals who have stood out in terms of their dedication and commitment to improving both the garden and the community that surrounds it. After years of failed attempts in getting the former Family Group Garden on board with active community inclusive agenda, Maria Levant, toward the end of 2022, approached me offering to volunteer her time and energies toward making a positive turnaround. She was able to corral local homeowners who live on her block to form a membership base and create a productive mission that served as a template toward the success the garden is experiencing today. Central to the garden's productive mission is providing for the alimentary needs of the community residents and providing a constructive, character-building outlet for community youth. Since the spring of 2023, the garden has hosted various groups of youth, first starting out with Maria's own grandchildren and their friends from the local PS 29 Middle School. Then they started to host seasonal cohorts of youth involved in the Department of Probation's Youth Wrap Employment Program, and most recently, agreed to accommodate summer youth employment youth in the summer of 2025. Without fail, the garden group has showered them with tasty food and supportive words of encouragement in exchange for their labor they provide that has made many youth want to return to the garden once their cohort work assignment was over. For all these reasons and more, I am proud to present Rays of Sunshine with the Rookie of the Year Award.
Hi. I want to give a thank you to Agendu for linking me up this summer with Maria and her wonderful family, and I was able to find a new garden. I started midsummer. Maria was super open and super warm, so I want to thank you, Agendu, for that, because he's really been the heart of linking a lot of this stuff. I want to give a special shout out to my guy at Turbine Global. They donated over 100 turkeys for us for Thanksgiving in partnership with, with We Stay Nos Cuidemos. There was a huge partner this summer. They were giving us food, and we were able to do weekly. Shout out to the grandchildren of Maria who have been every event. They clapping.
And that's the future.
Yes, that's the future. She's in training right now. And Children's Art and Science workshops for helping us with the youth. Department of Probation, I know Agenda set that up, but the youth have been really instrumental in helping us with this garden. You know, the beds were in a lot of mess. We had to repair a lot of them. They helped us make the garden handicap accessible for people. So we were doing those weekly food giveaways. A lot of those folks were elderly, and they had strollers and stuff. And the probation kids, they cleared out rocks. I almost broke my ankle like 20 times on rocks there. And they cleared all that out. So a huge shout out to them and everybody else up here. The brother-in-law for helping out, Stanley, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Act like you know each other.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ashley Kennecke, and I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator for Gardens in Lower Manhattan, the West Side, and Central Harlem, including the winner of our next award. I'm excited to present the Public Art and Cultural Programming Award to Harlem Rose Garden, recognizing their success in enhancing their neighborhood through artistic and cultural activities in the garden for the benefit of the public. From my own first visit to the garden, I was immediately struck by how passionate everyone was about the garden, its history, and what it could offer to the community, and how much excitement the gardeners have for coming up with new ways to keep the garden open and accessible to engage everyone around the space. Last year, Harlem Rose Garden hosted many arts and cultural programming events, working with local artists to put on concerts, art shows, poetry readings, a jazz festival, and more. They hosted regular Qigong sessions, monthly social meetups with French language practice, holiday events, a winter clothing swap, Green Gorilla's annual art fall fair, among others, even more that I didn't list, all aimed at building community and bringing opportunities for fun, inspiration, and creativity to their neighbors. It is my pleasure to present Harlem Rose Garden with this much-deserved Public Art and Cultural Programming Award for 2025.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the Hollywood Press. Just kidding. I'm glad Ashley went through the line items because, frankly, I'm just a gardener, and I'm there to make the place look nice for the arts and music. But the arts and music are what feed the soul, and what I do is to feed the soil. So with that, I mean, there's so many people to thank. I mean, the list is long. I mean, you see their pictures up there. I mean, there's I would be remiss without giving a shout out to Leanne Pinder and Colleen and our president, Anna Stiegman, who's also my neighbor. And also I'd like to introduce, tell everyone your name.
I'm Cedric. I feel like I won a Grammy. I'm from New Orleans, and I moved to New York about 2 years ago. And Harlem Rose Garden was the first garden that welcomed me with open arms and embraced me. And it's been my community away from home, so thank you all.
And also, one other event we do is one of the warm-up concerts for the Charlie Parker Jazz Festival in the summer. So I encourage everyone to come, and you can visit harlemrosegarden.nyc for more information. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Hello again. Hi everyone, my name is Valerie Zarilla. I am a community engagement coordinator for Queens, Bushwick, a little bit of South Williamsburg, and a little bit of Greenpoint. And I wanted to present the next award, the Youth Award, to South Jamaica Infinity Garden. It is with great gratitude that South Jamaica Infinity Garden accepts this year's GreenThumb Youth Award. This award honors and celebrates a deep commitment to cultivating the next generation of community gardeners. And more importantly, the young people who have gotten their hands dirty, asked questions, and found connection in their neighborhood garden. At South Jamaica Infinity Garden, they believe that a garden is more than soil and seeds. It's a living classroom, a safe haven, and a place where young people can root themselves in something meaningful. The Soto family continues to build a legacy of grassroots community care. Through their partnerships with the Federation of Black Cowboys, Cowboy Tony joins youth programs with his horse, giving children a hands-on opportunity to learn and connect. In collaboration with New York Park's Urban Rangers, the garden hosted Discover Hike, Urban Wildlife, at the garden, helping local youth explore nature in their own backyards. They have partnered with Link and Queens Botanical Garden for a 4-week early childhood literacy program, blending reading, play, environmental learning, and they continue doing this partnership this year. They are also welcoming St. John's University students annually for community service with a participation growing each semester. South Jamaica Infinity Garden remains committed to making environmental stewardship accessible, engaging, and inspiring for every young mind. It is with immense pleasure and gratitude that I present the Youth Award to South Jamaica Infinity Garden. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Everyone's like, this feels like the Grammys. This is our Grammys, by the way. Yes. So I'm going to talk. We wasn't prepared to talk, so I'm going to talk quickly because I try to write something. We are really honored to be here. Last year we were here, and we cheered on everyone, so it's really a blessing to be on the stage now to receive an award. We acquired this vacant land in 2022, and we flipped it into something, a whole garden. within our own community that I grew up in. So it was such a blessing. And it's even more of a blessing to do it with my family, my siblings, our bonus sibling, Sassy. But yeah, so I just wanted to quickly say, yeah, like with the programming and stuff, one of the goals this year was to expand our kids programming. It's very limited in our community, and we were really focused on collaborating with other organizations to expand in that space. So we were very lucky and fortunate to collaborate with many organizations this season and this upcoming season. So we're very proud of that. And I really want to give a special shout out to my mom, because without her, we would not, none of that stuff would be in the garden. Literally, she's literally builds everything in the garden, hands-on. She's in there with her saws, all her machinery, literally building everything. People coming in like, wait a minute, she's doing that? We're like, yeah, she literally built that. So yeah, like she's literally always the forefront of our garden. She's at every community meeting. She's literally walking to every business, promoting our garden, promoting our events, looking for funding. She's representing with her shirt, you know, like, so she's always there and supporting. It's honestly a blessing to work alongside my mom, putting this together. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm trying to like rush through this. A shout out to Valerie for always answering our messages and supporting us. Also, Audubon Society hooked us up, beautified, added some color into our garden this year, so it's truly a blessing as well. But we want to thank you guys. We're really excited to continue growing and expanding our programming this year. We appreciate all the support and the collaboration.
Good evening. Settle down, settle down. Greetings to everyone. I'm Bill Pape. I happen to be a senior community engagement coordinator for Council District 42, which sounds very kind of dry, but it is primarily East New York and an important sliver of Brownsville and Canarsie, and it is one of the largest concentrations of gardens in the city. I've always been very proud of that. I love the fact that I can pretty much walk to all of my gardens. I think some of my fellow CECs sometimes get jealous about that fact. It's great. And so I'm here today to support and talk about a wonderful garden that is being honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's a beautiful garden, of course, founded in 1985, located on the corner of Pitkin and Montauk Avenues in East New York, upon this rock. So what makes a garden group worthy of such an award, such as Upon This Rock? And I think that one of the answers, in my opinion, is it has had a consistent 41-year focus on its mission, which is to enhance East New York's physical and mental well-being by providing fresh, nutritious fruits, herbs, vegetables, flowers, via community events that showcase its bounty and through its generosity through giving to the community and through events. I have to note that the group has been a consistent winner in many of GreenThumb's annual Harvest Fair competition categories. I think maybe you saw some of them there up on the board. And yes, I can also personally attest to some of that deliciousness whenever I'm lucky enough to sample some of the garden's delicious fresh blackberries. This consistency of care and attention is personified by the fact that 4 decades after its founding, 5 members of the original group still labor to fulfill this mission with joy, patience, and understanding. Joy, patience, and understanding. That's something we could use a lot more of in this world. So please, come on up, come on up. Let us all extend a warm welcome to the 2026 recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award to Upon This Rock Community Garden Group.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I am a member of Upon This Rock Garden. Actually, I am the primary coordinator. My name is Rosita Mitchell, and truly I have been in the garden from the beginning of times. So I had a career. I'm retired now, and the garden is part of my career too, because I started the garden even before my career. And I'm still in the garden. And the garden is open for like over 40 years. Yes. So you can retire, you can start to work and retire before 40 years, or within 40 years. So that's how long the garden is, how old it is. So, on the behalf of Upon This Rock Garden, we express great gratitude for the love and support received from the staff at GreenThumb, especially our community engagement coordinator, Bill. Praise the Lord. And we are happy for the support of Parks, our community board, number 5, district council, all our supporters, even those that we do not know, all our gardeners, and everyone that's here supporting us. Thank you, Parks and GreenThumb, for the Lifetime Achievement Award offered to Upon This Rock Community Garden in Brooklyn. Our GreenThumb garden was initiated by the late Irene Elsie Rochford and her husband Bernard Rochford in 1985. She passed away in April 2006, and he passed away in February 1990, math teacher. We are grateful to be still standing in 2026. With the help of the Almighty God. Thank you for helping us keep the earth healthy and green. I was thinking that good health promotes longevity. So the best place to be is in the garden where God has placed 2 people, and then it became a big community of all of us. That's my say. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. We're almost done, so I'll try to keep this short. My name is Alex Munoz, and I am the Assistant Director of Community Engagement for GreenThumb, although many of you probably recognize my name from reminders about snow coming from GreenThumb, Alex, etc. So it's my honor to stand here tonight and celebrate our Community Cultivator Certificate winners. This year, we are recognizing garden groups that have hosted 5 or more free public events this year. That number alone is impressive, that they've done so many events, but what's really magical is what it represents. While many gardens grow food, you are all doing your part to grow and build a community, to connect with your neighbors, to bring strangers together, to better know and care for their New York City home. And I'm very sorry, we just have a small stage here, so we can't invite all of you, but if everyone who could receive the Community Cultivator Certificate from those 5 or more events, if you could all please stand up. Like, what you've done is amazing, doing all of those many events, bringing in neighbors, connecting a community and all. You're all doing that wonderful hard work. Thank you. We live in difficult times. With climate change and so many other words, it's tempting to turn inwards, to doom scroll, to hide from the news, the world, the darkness. Instead, you've all chosen to come together, to light a figurative candle to make your corner of New York City a bit brighter, warmer, and more welcoming. Collectively, GreenThumb Gardens hosted almost 1,000 free public events. Almost 1,000. And you all led the way in doing that. And the number's probably higher, but you don't all report your numbers accurately, so please do the form, report those events so that we know. So your gardens, whether it's been haunted Halloween gardens, poetry readings, Easter egg hunts, volunteer work days, food and backpack giveaways, bluegrass jams, Juneteenth celebrations, and so much more, you're doing the hard work of building community. So on behalf of GreenThumb and NYC Parks, thank you for all you do. Congratulations again to our community cultivators.
Felicidades a todos. Congratulations again to all the honorees. A special thanks to the community engagement team for the dedication in supporting hundreds of community garden groups across the city. Thanks to Anthony, Tawana, and Elena for planning and organizing every single detail of this ceremony. Again, many thanks to the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture for hosting our ceremony. A special thanks to Michael Bowman and Kevin Matthews. Good night, everyone. Wishing you a bountiful 2026 gardening season. Honorees, please come to the stage for a group photo. And thank you again.
Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Tell it like it is. Live how you live. When you're doing what you do.
Staff,